Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats so we can start our forum.
Ja, gospod Blaž je tukaj, razen Simone še nimamo. Mislim, da je on že včeraj prišel. Ja.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 11th Bled Water Forum. It is a great pleasure to welcome you to Bled, a place where water is not only part of the landscape as today in rain, but part of town's identity, heritage and future. Bled Water Forum was created from a vision that meaningful dialogue can inspire real action and that water must remain in the heart of our collective future. It is therefore my great pleasure to invite to the stage the co-founder of the Bled Water Forum, whose commitment and leadership have helped establish this event as an internationally recognized platform for cooperation and new ideas. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Marko Gajić.
Dear spouse of the President of the Republic of Slovenia, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Bled Water Forum, Dr. Aleš Musar, dear First Lady of the Republic of Lithuania, Diana Nausėdienė, dear Human Rights Ombudsman woman, dear Human Rights Ombudsman of the Republic of Slovenia, Simona, Dr. Simona Drenik Bavdek, Your Excellencies, representatives of ministries, dear Blaž Weber, Managing Director of Bled Tourist Board, our co-organizer, dear distinguished guests, dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 11th Bled Water Forum. Last year I had a great opportunity to meet the ambassador of the Republic of Azerbaijan to Republic of Slovenia, His Excellency Mr. Roshan Sadik-Baili. We discussed about COP29, the topic Declaration of Water for Climate Action, and we saw immediately that we can move declaration to action, and that's why we are here today. And after that also I spoke with our colleagues at Slovenian ministries, and also we had the topic Source to the Sea. So we're going to start with very important panel discussions, how we can move from declaration to action. I'm sorry. And that's the specialty of Bled Water Forum. We are educating people all over the world how to understand water, how to treat water, how water could be used, how water could be paired also with food, with other beverages. So we are delivering new knowledge about drinking water. On the other side, we are collaborating with many innovative companies, innovative individuals. We are uniting them as also they are part of this initiative. And that's how we are able to move from declaration to action. Bled Water Forum is collaborating with more than 64 countries from all over the world, which is a great achievement, as you need to know that we are a non-profit organization. And for the end, I would like to mention that we also prepared an amazing project, and we're going to launch it today in partnership with water utility Kranj, with Mr. Matjaž Berčon. Our goal here is to send a message to you, all the users, how they can understand tap water in this case, how to understand the mineral level, how this water could be used, what is the pH level, what that means, what is the hardness, and many other topics would be described there. This is a revolutionary movement because we are moving from black and white to the rainbow. It's a completely new approach for the water industry. And I also would like to ask our techniques to screen those QR codes, and you can scan it, and you can check it, how it's look like, and then we can transfer all that innovative innovations also to your country. So these are 2 codes, you can scan it, and also you can scan this code. You will see all our activities, what we are doing globally. So please just take your phones, scan it, and take a look deeply a little bit later. So thank you once again. Welcome to Bled Forum, and I hope you will enjoy it.
Thank you, Mr. Gajić. We are pleased to welcome Dr. Aleš Musar, First Gentleman of the Republic of Slovenia. He has been a valued supporter of the Bled Water Forum for the past 3 years and has chaired the Board of Trustees since this year. Welcome, Dr. Musar.
Honored First Lady of Lithuania, dear Diana, the Ombudswoman, organizers of the Bled Water Forum and the powers behind them, and I'm looking at Patricia now. It has been a great honor and privilege to be here for the last few years and seeing the forum grow from what I believe was 25 countries 3 forums ago, and now over 60 countries this year. This shows that the topics of the Bled Water Forum are really very pertinent to the existence and development of humankind. Not just drinking water in the countries which have no problem with that or which already have technological solutions, but examples from all other countries. And we will be speaking today and tomorrow about the effects which are not just cross-boundary, and we had plenty of problems with that already, but are now truly global. It has been inspiring to hear the examples from various countries here in the Bled Water Forum, and I say sometimes that for me a good day is a day when I learn something new, and every time in Bled I learned something new. It would probably not be quite fair to just mention a few countries because so many have contributed, but some of them are really kept in my mind. For example, South Korea, the steadfast partner of the Bled Water Forum with wonderful solutions on how to provide clean drinking water to a huge population, and the probably best partner in the development where Bled Water Forum is leader in not just Slovenia but also in Europe in water tasting and water sommeliers. That's quite a specialized topic. Then we were very grateful to be able to welcome the First Lady of Iceland here 2 years ago, Eliza Reid, and she is sending her best regards. She is the second member of the Board of Trustees, and this also shows the formation of the Board of Trustees, of which I'm very proud that I have been appointed the chairman, that Bled Water Forum is growing so fast that it needs a little bit more of institutional setup. Iceland, of course, is a country which has enormous potential and a lot of experiences with really a lot of water, of course. And on the other hand, last year we were hearing specialists, which are really very impressive in their professionalism, from Saudi Arabia, a country which should have been a country with problems and water shortage, but which is on the way to solve this very efficiently and covering the whole population and the needs of industry and agriculture with novel solutions. Azerbaijan is also a country which I would like to mention because Azerbaijan took very seriously hosting of COP29 and is very serious also in extending the lessons from that COP to the present situation. We will be speaking about that a bit later. And today I'm also very proud that my good friend Diana Nausėdienė is here representing Lithuania as the First Lady. From Lithuania we will also hear a very interesting story, at least interesting for us chemists, about the history of water purification, but I will leave that to Asta later. Lithuania is a country which has good water resources, is providing good drinking water to the whole population from groundwater, I believe. So we share the presence of resources, and we will share the presence of problems which lie ahead of us. Dear Diana, Honored First Lady of Lithuania, I would like to ask you to have a brief opening address to this forum as a guest of honor this year.
Good morning, distinguished guests, dear Aleš, dear Marko Gajić, dear organizers of the Bled Water Forum, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen. As Leonardo da Vinci once said, water is the source of life on our planet, the foundation of human health, and an indispensable driver of all social and economic development. Without clean and accessible water resources, there is no food, no quality of life, no security, and no sustainable future. Water is the driving force of all nature. Obviously, water never was and is not only an environmental issue. Water security is inseparable from climate resilience, public health, economic stability, and even geopolitical security. It is a vital strategic asset and an absolute cornerstone of social resilience. Lithuania is fortunate to be among the very few countries in Europe where almost all centralized drinking water is supplied from groundwater resources. Nearly 100% of centralized drinking water in Lithuania comes exclusively from groundwater resources, and these resources remain stable. That gives us not only security, but also responsibility to protect these resources for future generations. Climate change is having a massive impact on water resources across Europe and the world. Rising temperatures, extreme weather events, droughts and floods are increasingly affecting water systems across the entire hydrological cycle. Although Lithuania does not currently face water shortages, we clearly see that the growing impacts of climate change and extreme events will pose serious challenges in the future. This is why Lithuania is strengthening its strategic planning framework through climate adaptation and water management measures. We also increasingly recognize the importance of nature-based solutions. Healthy wetlands, resilient ecosystems, and sustainable river basin management as essential components of long-term climate adaptation. Water systems do not stop at national borders. Our rivers and groundwater systems connect us with our neighboring countries, making regional cooperation and shared standards essential. Climate and water resilience can only be achieved through common, coordinated action. This is precisely why global diplomacy on water has reached an important turning point. With the adoption of the COP29 Declaration on Water for Climate Action, the international community officially recognized water as a key issue on the global climate agenda. Together with the launch of the Baku dialogue, this sends a very clear message that water is not merely one of the first victims of climate change, it is also one of our most important solutions for adaptation, resilience, and sustainable development. Lithuania is actively contributing to efforts to reduce water pollution and strengthen water resilience by investing in wastewater treatment plants and introduction of a deposit system for plastic packaging. We are committed to supporting ambitious EU initiatives and implementing strict environmental standards, and we will continue to do so. During this event, we reiterate our shared call for clean water. Thank you for enthusiasm you have brought to this important discussion. Let's work together to ensure that clean water remains promise fulfilled for future generations. Thank you all, and I wish you a productive event.
Thank you. It is also our pleasure to welcome Mrs. Simona Drenik Bavdek, Human Rights Ombudswoman of the Republic of Slovenia. Mrs. Drenik Bavdek, the floor is yours.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Aleš Musar, spouse of the President of the Republic of Slovenia and Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Bled Water Forum, Ms. Diana Nausėdienė, was it correct? First Lady of the Republic of Lithuania, Mr. Marko Gajić, co-founder of Bled Water Forum Slovenia, Mr. Blaž Weber, Director of the Bled Tourist Board, Mr. Matjaž Berčon, Director of Komunala Kranj, dear ladies and gentlemen, participants, I would say water guardians. I'm delighted that we are gathering here in Bled today, a place that serves as a constant reminder of the preciousness and beauty of water. Thank you for the invitation and for giving me the opportunity to have a few opening remarks today. Environmental protection is inextricably linked to the protection of fundamental human rights. Although the United Nations General Assembly recognized the human right to water and sanitation in 2010, only a relatively small number of countries have explicitly incorporated this right into their constitutions. Slovenia is one of such countries, which enshrined the right to drinking water in its constitution. This was done in 2016. Article 78 clearly states that everyone has the right to drinking water. The water resources are a public good managed by a state, and that water intended for supplying the population is not a market commodity. This is something we can be proud of. However, this constitutional commitment also obliges us to do more than we have done so far. The Slovenian Ombuds institution has consistently stressed that the constitutional right to drinking water must not remain merely symbolic, but must be effectively implemented into practice and legislation. Similarly, the European Union Agency on Fundamental Rights, with the seat in Vienna, views access to safe drinking water as closely linked to human dignity, health, equality, and social inclusion. We have long emphasized that the constitutional provision alone cannot fill a glass with water. The deadline for Slovenian legislation to align with the constitutional right expired years ago, yet we are still waiting for comprehensive solutions to ensure its implementation in practice in every town, village, and household. Until this is achieved, the right to drinking water remains dependent on people's location, social circumstances, and the decision of local authorities. Our calls in an annual report to the Parliament have included cases of people without reliable access to safe drinking water for many years. And I'm not only speaking about Roma settlements in southeast Slovenia. We have also cases of individuals, even single mothers, people living in some villages without water supply. Whenever we encounter such cases, we are dealing with a violation of human dignity rather than a technical or municipal issue. We have also determined that such situations may violate the principle of equality before the law and the equal treatment of citizens. In this context, and because Slovenia is a social state, the right to water should be uniformly regulated at the national level rather than through the municipal legislation. This should become part of our future water strategy. Looking more broadly at this issue precious drinking water, issue of precious drinking water, we are confronted with climate change, as we heard and we well know, and increasing environmental pressures. We are threatened by droughts and the alarming state of our groundwater resources. We hear about restrictions of drinking water usage and receive repeated warnings about the need to use it sparingly. For national human rights institutions, the right to water is not only about access. It is about governance. People must be able to trust the decisions affecting water resources and that these decisions are taken lawfully, transparently, and on the basis of independent expertise, especially when long-term environmental impacts are at stake. And unfortunately, this is not always like that. Water is therefore by no means something we can take for granted. Consequently, the right to clean drinking water can quickly come under pressure, initially affecting the most vulnerable groups and eventually everyone. Today's theme, water and the blue economy, raises an important question. Are we able of planning development in a way that respects both planetary boundaries and human rights of all? Water can be a source of innovation and green jobs, but the blue economy must not reduce water to merely another raw materials or opportunity for profit. Above all, water is a public good, a shared responsibility and a fundamental right. Only then it is economic resource. At the Slovenian Ombuds institution, we have identified 3 key priorities for the years ahead. First, we must implement the necessary legislative and systematic reforms to ensure that the constitutional right to drinking water becomes a reality in people's everyday life. Second, water resources management must be transparent and inclusive. People must be informed about what is happening to their water and have the opportunity to participate in relevant decision-making processes. And third, all decisions relating to spatial planning, energy, agriculture, and industry must prioritize safeguarding water resources and human rights from the outset rather than treating them as an afterthought. Ladies and gentlemen, the right to water is inseparably linked to the right to life, dignity, and health. For this reason, I greatly appreciate the fact that the Bled Water Forum brings together representatives of science, business, politics, and civil society to search for innovative solutions to protect and sustainably use water resources. Only by combining knowledge with responsibility, we will be able to guarantee future generations something that ought to be self-evident: clean, safe water for everyone, not just for some. I wish you open and constructive discussions, and above all, I hope you will produce many practical proposals that will be implemented in policies, legislation, and decision-making. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your opening remarks. And now please welcome Mr. Matjaž Berčon, Director of Komunala, Kranj, Slovenia.
Distinguished guests, as a representative of one of the largest water system operators in Slovenia, I look forward to meet you again and to participate in the Bled Water Forum a little bit from behind. I am sure that we will once again shed light on the challenges we are faced in preserving our water resources. Ensuring the accessibility and quality of drinking water is a great responsibility to which we are bound by the Constitution and all other regulations in Slovenia. On the other hand, this accessibility and quality of drinking water is a great privilege that many may envy. Therefore, we must strengthen the knowledge and organization of system operators, including of cooperation and merging. This will ensure long-term sustainability and also stability of water systems. I wish everyone good work, and don't be afraid. After the rain, always sun shines.
Thank you for your inspiring words. And now please welcome Mr. Blaž Weber, Director of the Bled Trust Tourist Board, to the stage. The Bled Tourist Board is co-organizer of the Bled Water Forum for a lot of years now.
Dr. Aleš, Musar, Ms. Diana Nausėdienė, Dr. Simona, Drenik, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests. It's a great pleasure and honor to welcome you here in Bled at, like you see here, 11th Bled Water Forum. 11th edition are an important milestone. It shows that this forum is not just an event, but long-term idea. It's a place where people meet, listen to one another, and search for better answers some of the most important questions of our time. When I was first introduced to the concept of Bled Water Forum, I must admit that I need some time to understand it. I need explanations and I need guidance. Marko, help me understand the wider meaning of the project. At the first sight, the idea may seem simple. We speak about the resources that we all know, that we all use, and that is a part of everyday life. But very soon, we understand that the topic is much deeper. It's about life. It's about health, nature, economy, also tourism, energy, security. We often speak about gold as something precious, but there are things that are more precious because they make life possible. They support development, shape our landscape, and connect communities, countries, and generations, as you already heard. This is why meetings like this are so important. They give us time and space to speak openly about challenges, but also about solutions. They help us understand how natural resources are used, where we make mistakes, and how we can make wiser decisions in the future. I would like to sincerely thank all participants for coming to Bled. Thank you for your ideas, your knowledge, and your readiness to help. Thank you also for being ready to learn from one another, because this topic needs both knowledge and humility. To understand it properly, we must understand much more than nature alone. We must understand people, towns and villages, tourism, farming, industry, policy, and the way of our society life. This is not always easy, but it's necessary. And I believe that Bled is the right place for this discussion. Bled has more than 200, not 20 will be too short, 250 years of tourism tradition. This tradition was built on the power of nature, on the lake, clean air, and the sun. Long before we used modern words as sustainability, people here already knew that nature is our great value. They understood that visitors do not come to Bled only to see beautiful place. They come here to feel place, freshness, health, and connection with the natural environment. That is why Bled is more than a beautiful setting for this forum. Bled is also a message. It tells us that nature gives us a great deal, but also that we must respect it. The lake, the air, and the landscape are a gift, but they are also our duty. This year, with the new 20-year strategy for Bled tourism, we are in a way returning to where we started. We are returning to nature and to the values that made Bled special in the first place. But returning doesn't mean going backwards. It means remembering what is truly important and building the future on the right foundation. The clarity of our lake and the quality of our environment depends above all on us. They depend on our decision, our behavior, and our respect. They depend on whether we see nature only as something to use or also as something to protect. So today, as we open the 11th Bled Forum, I have only simple wish. Let this meeting be open, honest, and useful. Let it bring new ideas. Let it connect people. Let it help us better understand our responsibility to the natural world and to future generation, like you said before. Once again, thank you all for being here in Bled, and I wish you a successful forum, inspiring discussions, and a pleasant stay with us. Welcome to the 11th Bled Water Forum.
Thank you, Mr. Weber. We are honored to invite Mr. Asad Shirinov, advisor to the chairman of the Azerbaijan State Water Resource Agency, to join us on the stage at the Bled Water Forum.
His Excellency Dr. Aleš Musar, Her Excellency Ms. Diana Nausėdienė, dear Marko, Patricia, distinguished chair, esteemed members, dear ambassadors, experts, consuls, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure and true honor to join you today at the Bled Water Forum and to address such a prestigious community of water professionals, policymakers, and experts. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for the trust placed in us through our election into the Experts Council. We highly value this opportunity and see it not only as a privilege, but also as a responsibility to contribute actively in Council's important work. The Bled Water Forum has become a respected international platform that promotes dialogue, cooperation, and innovative thinking on some of the most pressing water-related challenges of our time. As climate change accelerates and pressures on water resources continue to increase, the need for collective action and knowledge exchange has never been greater. Azerbaijan fully recognizes these challenges. Located in a region increasingly affected by the climate change, declining freshwater resources, and growing water demand, Azerbaijan has placed water security among the key priorities of its national development agenda. In recent years, we have undertaken comprehensive reforms aimed at strengthening water governance, modernizing infrastructure, reducing water losses, expanding wastewater services, and improving the efficiency of water use across all sectors of the economy. At the same time, we are placing increasing emphasis on innovation, digitalization, and climate resilience. Through the implementation of the National Strategy for the Efficient Use of Water Resources, we accepted it in 2023, Azerbaijan is pursuing an integrated approach that combines sustainable water management, environmental protection, and long-term economic development. Azerbaijan hosting COP29 1.5 years back further reinforced our conviction that climate action and water security must be addressed together. Although water has often received less attention than energy within the global climate agenda, its role is very fundamental. Climate adaptation, food security, public health, ecosystem protection, and sustainable economic growth all depend on reliable and sustainable water systems. In our view, sustainable water supply and overall water security must become central elements of new vision reflected in the water strategies of all countries, guiding national policies toward resilient and long-term management of water resources. Such a vision requires not only investment in infrastructure, but also stronger institutions, better governance, innovation, and international cooperation. Our experience has also reinforced an important lesson. Water challenges do not stop at national borders. They require partnership, dialogue, cooperation among countries, institutions, and experts. This is precisely why platforms such as Bled Water Forum are also valuable. They create opportunities to learn from one another, exchange best practices, develop practical solutions together. And I'm sure we will see a lot of good examples of this in the panel discussions and the topics. As a member of Experts Council, Azerbaijan is committed to contributing actively to this mission. We look forward to sharing our experience, learning from the expertise of the fellow members, and supporting initiatives that advise sustainable water management at both regional and global levels. I'm confident that through cooperation and mutual trust, we can strengthen water security in the world and enhance climate resilience and build a more sustainable future for our generations. I would like, before finishing, I would like to thank, special thanks to Marko and Patricia for hosting us. We had a great hiking yesterday. Before just rain started, we made a great talks on some important topics. It was very, very impactful for me. And the team, organizer team, has done a great job so far, and good luck for the rest of the events. One more thing, I would like to also invite all of the participants to taste our natural mineral water. We brought a few cases to Slovenia. It's natural mineral water. Though it's very high TDS, we were discussing yesterday with Marko, it's about 5,000 TDS. It's coming underground at 60 degrees. So it's kind of thermal water that we produce it as to be mineral water to be drink. So I invite you to drink it. It's from the beautiful region of Azerbaijan, Kelbejar, and I hope you will like it. Thank you for your attention and good luck for the rest.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shirinov. We are pleased to welcome Mr. Arif Ibrahimi Alkalali, Senior Advisor to the Deputy Minister of the Water at the Ministry of Environment, Water and Agriculture of Saudi Arabia, who joins us online to share his opening remarks.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, Dr. Musar, First Gentleman of the Republic of Slovenia, Madame Nausėdienė, First Lady of the Republic of Lithuania, diplomatic delegates, distinguished guests, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Dobro jutro. I thank Bled Water Forum for giving me this opportunity to be part of the opening session of this year's forum. I wish also to congratulate the Republic of Slovenia not only for its immensely rich nature, the heritage of its people, but also for the productive contribution to the global sustainability efforts, including Bled Water Forum that converges during these days. I have to commend this forum for being action-driven, particularly in the area of water quality, and for being a niche convergence for people of impact. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, water and its pivotal role in all aspects of our life, the economy, the environment, social well-being, has caught humankind by surprise. As we focus on decades of economic growth and industries and innovations to support it, or how to mitigate and adapt changes in climate, we took water for granted. That is no longer the case. Water nexus to basically all matters of our humankind is crystallizing right before our eyes. This has put a dilemma. How can we accelerate our action for water so that our human life aspects on Earth, including food security, health, industries, mining, human rights, and economy, to name some, continue to thrive for us and for the future generations? I may attempt here to mention a few takings to ensure such acceleration happens. To be effective, integration becomes a must both at national and international level in terms of governance, policies, technologies, human capacity building. And I think this morning, at the opening from the speakers, the Mr. Speakers that spoke before me, they brought all of these points together. Think globally. When to accelerate, think globally. The world is an interconnected solution in one place, and a solution in one place can be a solution for millions of people across the globe. Research and innovation, instead of becoming a pure science that have a long journey from the start to the application, it should be start from the beginning, from the seed of the research. It should be transdisciplinary and also adopt the co-creation of science as a strategy to minimize lost time in the effort in our research institution and expedite the implementation. Our convergence in water must be action-driven, just like we have seen in this convergence at the Bled Water Forum. Yes, actions demand resources, but the more we mobilize political will through economic, climate, social impact action, resource allocation for water action move from option to a must. Turn challenges into solutions. We have great opportunity in such approach, and the opportunities that we provide in terms of technology and new solutions for all the different economic sectors become an opportunity, of course. And also, finally, be aware that we are in a journey in this water effort. Action with water is like a vehicle with a momentum in a global arena. It is essential that we push the vehicle and or amend to accelerate. Know your part, do what it takes to accelerate it. In line of the former, what I have mentioned, in partnership with the World Water Council, the capital city of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is hosting the World Water Forum 11 during 21st to 25th of March of 2027 to actualize effective global effective global acceleration and an action to a better tomorrow, where three processes lead the forum in parallel: thematic process, for which I am the co-chair with Dr. Patrick Lavard from the World Water Council, and the political and the regional processes integrate together with the thematic process in order to effect action on the ground. We also manifest youth and civil society efforts in supporting these actions. The themes of the World Water Forum 11 are 6: water security, water finance, water for people and ecosystems, water governance and diplomacy, innovation for water management, and the value of water. To this, we welcome you also in Jeddah during 2 days of June 28 to 29 for the second stakeholder meeting for the World Water Forum. It is open for all participation. To have a look, you can visit the website worldwaterforum.org. For the second stakeholder meeting to attend, and also you may want to attend the Saudi Water Week and the website is swweek.miwa.gov.sa, and if you just write the Saudi Water Week, you will get the link to it. And of course, in Riyadh for the World Water Forum 11 during 21st to 25th of March 2027. Again, I would like to thank Bled Water Forum for conducting this effective convergence in the beautiful city of Bled, and where is also opportunity for all to explore magical Slovenia, as I have explored it last year when I was physically present with you. And wishing you all a great participation in this year's program. Have a lot.
Thank you very much. Okay. We are also pleased to welcome Mr. Mkrtchyan, Deputy Minister of Environment of the Republic of Armenia, joining us online with a few opening remarks.
Your Excellency, Dr. Aleš Musar, First Gentleman of the Republic of Slovenia, Your Excellency, Mrs. Diana Nausėdienė, First Lady of the Republic of Lithuania, dear Mr. Marko Gajić, co-founder of the Bled Water Forum, Excellencies, distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It is a profound honor and distinct privilege to address this esteemed gathering in my capacity as a member of the Strategic Council of the Bled Water Forum. At the outset, I wish to convey my sincere appreciation to the organizers of the forum for establishing and continually strengthening this exceptional platform for dialogue, partnership, and collective action in addressing global water challenges. Dear Mr. Gajić, the establishment and sustained development of the Bled Water Forum merit the highest commendation. Over the years, the forum has evolved into a highly influential international platform that advances water diplomacy, fosters innovation, strengthens international cooperation, and inspires emerging leaders to contribute to the future of the water governance. Today, water is no longer regarded solely as a natural resource. It's increasingly recognized as a strategic asset that underpins sustainable development, economic prosperity, public health, food security, environmental protection, and regional stability. At the same time, the world is confronting unprecedented challenges: climate change, increasing water scarcity, ecosystem degradation, population growth, and rising demands on water resources are placing considerable pressure on our collective ability and ensure water security for future generations. These challenges transcend national borders. They require shared responsibility, international solidarity, and innovative solutions grounded in science, technology, and cooperation. In the Republic of Armenia, the water sector remains among the government's foremost priorities. Under the leadership of the Prime Minister, Armenia has embarked upon a comprehensive reform agenda aimed at modernizing water governance, strengthening institutional capacity, enhancing water infrastructure, and ensuring the sustainable management of water resources. Armenia is a mountainous, landlocked country with semi-arid climatic conditions. Although our nation possesses significant water resources, we are not exempt from the challenges affecting the global water sector. In recent years, we have experienced increasing pressure arising from climate change, the overexploitation of water resources, pollution, and inefficiencies within water management systems. To address these challenges, the government is implementing a broad range of measures. These include the introduction of advanced water-saving technologies, the reduction of water losses within supply networks, the expansion of drip irrigation systems, the promotion of circular water use practices, and the increased use of treated wastewater. We are investing in the modernization of water infrastructure, strengthening monitoring and data management systems, and enhancing the resilience of our water resources to climate-related risks. While meaningful progress has been achieved, we fully recognize that substantial challenges remain. Water scarcity, declining water quality, and the escalating impacts of climate change continue to affect countries and communities around the world. No nation can effectively address these challenges in isolation. This is precisely why platforms such as the Bled Water Forum are of such importance. They provide a unique opportunity to exchange knowledge, share experience, build partnerships, and develop practical solutions that can benefit all of us. Armenia remains firmly committed to advancing sustainable water management, strengthening climate resilience, and contributing to global efforts aimed at safeguarding water resources for present and future generations. We attach great importance to the Bled Water Forum as a platform that brings together governments, experts, international organizations, the private sector, and the youth is pursuit of common objectives. We look forward to continuing our active engagement within the forum and further strengthening our cooperation in shaping innovative, inclusive, and sustainable approach to water governance. Allow me to conclude by expressing my sincere gratitude to the organizers for their vision, dedication, and leadership in convening this distinguished community of stakeholders committed to addressing one of the defining challenges of our era. I wish the forum productive deliberations, meaningful outcomes, and continued success in fulfilling its important mission. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. And to conclude the opening addresses, please welcome to the stage Ms. Asta Speičytė Radzevičienė, a visionary social entrepreneur and founder of Lithuanian Primary Baby Association.
Distinguished guests, First Lady, First Gentlemen, ministers, ambassadors, scientists, friends of science and life. First, let me thank Dr. Aleš Musar for the honor of this invitation, and Marko Gajić, together with the entire Bled Water Forum team, for bringing us all in this room. I'm also honored to thank the First Lady of Lithuania, Nausėdienė, the patron of our Growing Lithuania and Growing Europe initiatives, and my partner in the work of more than 5 years for turning Care for Life into a shared mission across Europe and globe. Let me ask you one thing. Think of the very first thing that surrounds you in this world. Not your home, not your country, not even your name. Water. Every person in this room began life in water. For 9 months, it was our first home. We talk about water as if it were out there, outside us, but the water is us. I do not stand here by chance. Water has been part of my family for more than a century. My ancestor, Raphael von Ostrejko, is a founder of activated carbon. He is called the father of activated carbon. In 1900, he was the first to bring it into industry, and because of him, that material still cleans water and air for billions of people today. Raphael asked one question: how do we make the things that keep us alive, our water, our air, safe? Life asked me the next version of that question, a more personal one. Not how to protect water, but how to protect life that water carries. My daughter was born premature. She was born 3 months earlier. She weighed 900 grams, and she fit into the palms of my husband. I placed my finger in her hand. It was so small it could have passed through my wedding ring. And I understood something simple. Every newborn arrives as pure possibility, our most valuable resource, and it depends entirely on us. Look around this room. In my country, Lithuania, the birth rate is so low that for the next generation, every second seat here would be empty. In South Korea, 2 out of 3. The world still grows only because we live longer. We are aging. By around 2080, for the first time in history, older people will outnumber children. And while the part of the world grows old, another loses its children before they grew at all. For the smallest, water is not a comfort. It is the line between life and death. Close to 1,000 children under 5 die every single day from unsafe water and poor sanitation. 1,000 small lives every day. In one part of the world, children do not survive because clean water never reaches their homes. In another, they are not born because the world no longer feels safe enough for them. Different problems, but the wound is the same. It takes us all to protect life, presidents and their spouses, ambassadors, ministers, scientists, and the communities who turn decisions into action. We saw it last year with the First Lady, Diana Nausėdienė. We gathered First Ladies and gentlemen and leaders across Europe at the Growing Europe Summit in Vilnius, a meeting devoted to families, demography, and the future of Europe. When visiting a neonatal unit in Vilnius with Dr. Aleš Musar, himself a chemist, our conversation brought water and the saving of life together as one. This is why a platform like this is very important, and it really matters. The newborn we protect today is tomorrow's doctor, tomorrow's scientist, maybe tomorrow's president, who will sit here in this room. This is my first time among here, but what I see and what I hear, it really gives hope. Let us bring voices to this room like this, more leaders, more scientists, more communities. Each of you brings a small drop here. You bring your knowledge, you bring your country, you bring your community, you bring your care. And from many drops, a river is born. So let us become a river together. Thank you. And I'm sorry, I have to take this to my family and to ancestor Raphael.
Say hello. Thank you, Asta, for these inspiring words to conclude our opening session. Before we hand the stage over to the first panel, I would like to invite Mr. Marko Gajić of the Bled Water Forum and Mr. Tomáš Lovrencic of the ITF Enhancing Human Security to sign the partnership agreement to establish a framework for enhanced cooperation between the two institutions. ITF Enhancing Human Security is a Slovenian non-profit humanitarian organization that operates in 19 countries worldwide in the field of human security. The organization specializes in donor engagement, particularly with government donors, and it is a pillar-assessed entity of the European Union, implementing numerous projects financed by the EU. In many countries, the concept of water security and human security are closely interconnected. In recent years, ITF has implemented projects in which removing explosive remnants of the war has played a crucial role in restoring access to water, resources, and rehabilitating water infrastructure. Through this agreement, the Bled Water Forum and the ITF Enhancing Human Security will strengthen their collaboration, particularly in mobilizing donors for initiatives related to human and water security. The two organizations will work together to identify, finance, and implement joint projects, building on their established partnerships with reputable institutions in countries where they operate, many of which are represented here in Bled today. Mr. Gajić and Mr. Lovrencic, please sign the contract.
I guess we'll sign it here.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Excellencies, Madam First Lady of Lithuania, distinguished First Gentleman of Slovenia, Excellencies. Unfortunately, access to water is becoming increasingly one of the key humanitarian challenges. Water security and human security are becoming issues which have to be addressed jointly, and so we are honored today that we can sign a partnership agreement with Bled Water Forum, who's putting humanitarian access to water as one of its prime priorities. In countries where we operate, and we're working together with many of you present here in this room, access to water is not only a consequence of negligence or coincidence, but actually an intentional action by some of the actors to deny access to safe water to general population, to vulnerable communities, to women, to children. In this environment, we have to join forces in order to structure partnerships which would bring financing, activity, and then maintenance of this access over long term in number of countries and areas from which also you are working in order to address this urgency. We hope that Bled Water Forum can provide a forum where we can think of innovative ideas, how to address access to potable water, how to address maintenance and development of sustainable water management systems in areas suffering from great humanitarian crisis, and how to put things that we have in our beautiful Slovenia inscribed in Constitution to something which would be a basic human right in those who can only dream that. I hope that you will have a pleasant time while you are staying here with us in Slovenia, in Bled. We both, with Marko, come from Bled. We are privileged to live in such a beautiful place. It's a metaphor of the objective that we want to move towards forward. And so thank you for your support, and we're looking forward together, both of us, our institutions, in this important thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this great opportunity, and just a short message. Now you can see how easy it could be to move from idea to action. This is Bled Water Forum.
Thank you.
At this moment, I want to thank you to the First Lady of the Republic of Lithuania for joining us for the opening sessions. We hope your stay in Slovenia will be pleasant and joyful. Thank you. We will follow the program just now. So.